What's up? I'm BoneSickle playing Warframe on the PlayStation 4. Got a short video with some gameplay clips of the Vay Hek boss fight. Here's Vay Hek, and as you can see, he possesses the secret superpower of butt fugliness. And he also happens to be apparently weak against corrosive damage, primarily. Also a chance of drinking more himself. So, in this gameplay, I am with X-Wing and Coke. This was actually our first game against Vay Hek, who you can see flying around right here. The fight does take place over several different phases. This is about the third or fourth phase that we are in, and this is not going to be a complete uninterrupted gameplay. It's just a lot of quick clips. As you can see, I did a video previously called A Look at Lephantis, who is the hidden boss in the Derelict. Well, not hidden boss, but whatever. But this guy is kind of like the hidden boss on Earth. You notice that I'm trying to chase him down and hit him in his face, which is his weak point. When it is exposed, and boom, that's 2,085 damage in your face hole. And just have a listen at some of the crazy crap that this guy says, because he is flat out nuts, which is kind of cool, but you would expect it.
I knew this day would come. I prepared. Changed myself. I made sacrifices. Tenno, are you ready for a sacrifice?
I'm definitely not ready for a sacrifice, but I am ready to get this fight over with. He does drop some of the pieces for the Hydroid Warframe, all three of the pieces as a matter of fact, and so we will have to come back and reform this at some point to be able to collect that. I'm going to shoot one of these explosive barrels, as X-Wing suggested, to drop down this highly convenient bridge across the valley over here. And as you can see, the fight is kind of hectic. I kind of like this. I definitely have that old school video game mentality when it comes to boss fights. I like them to be larger than life. That's why I really like the Lephantis fight. I did edit that video very strongly, and as you can see, I'm doing the same thing here with just a lot of quick clips, mostly because these fights are so long and I'm trying not to make a really long video. The purpose of this is mainly just to show the fight off, more or less, to newer players or people who have not yet given Warframe a try, just to see what kind of content is in it, because for a free-to-play game, it does have a stupendous amount of content. Very fantastic game, and I'm still having a ton of fun with it after sinking hundreds of hours into it over the last several months, since I am a relatively new player to the game. And bam, in your face hole, 2,085 damage. When I do get the red numbers on here, I could have done better numbers with different modding. I happen to have my dread modded to do magnetic damage at the moment because I was killing the raptor boss. Last time I set up my dread and just have not changed it back. There you go, open up that faceplate, and I'll get an arrow in there and do 1,100 damage, a little bit. You can see his health bar at the top of the screen, and we are whittling it down. And spoiler alert, this is not his final phase. I will show the whole fight of his final phase because I really think that that was actually pretty cool. Like I said, this fight is definitely feels a lot more fast-paced, although you're not seeing it right here, but definitely more fast-paced than the Lephantis fight, in my opinion. And who's that up there with him? Is that X-Wing up there with the Jack Tag? I don't know. I actually think that might be Coke up there, because he was leveling up the Jack Tag around this time. I do believe. I think that's X-Wing down the ground with the Helios, which we both have. You can see my Helios right there doing an auto scan on Vay Hek. And now, dun dun dun, we are in the Vay Hek Terraframe portion of the fight. This big turkey mech suit, and at this point there's no magic weak point that we have to wait for to pop up. This is actually the coolest part of the fight. I would not have minded if it started out like this and he was just a lot more badass overall. That would have been fine. Of course, we are all three in Rhinos, and with Rhino's iron skin ability, just making this fight not really that threatening, because there are a lot of other enemies around, but we're just not sustaining enough damage to really, you know, make that an issue. That's not really a problem, not really a threat. So you can see we are just blasting through this guy's health at the moment, making moderately quick work of this portion of the fight. And I do have this entire section right here uncut, because as I said, this is probably the coolest part here in my opinion. But this fight in relation to the Lephantis fight, in comparison, Lephantis is definitely a lot easier to get to as far as crafting that key. This one takes a little bit more work, but my teammates have killed him, and he dropped a Neurode, which is much appreciated as always. And so that's pretty much been the gist of that. Like I said, main purpose of this video was just to kind of show some of the gameplay for anybody who might be watching this that would be interested. Not trying to show off, not trying to give you strategy on how to beat the boss or break it down, you know, because I don't know, it was my first time fighting him anyway. But that was a lot of fun. Big thanks to X-Wing and Cope for you know, taking me through that also. And we killed him, and we got a piece for the Hydroid blueprint. Thanks for watching.